Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, let's move on to our next series. The Boston Celtics close out the Magic. They beat the Magic, eliminating the Magic from the playoffs 4-1. It's kind of like what we said. We both actually picked Boston in 5, gentlemen's sweep. They won the game. What any takeaways you had from this series?
Yeah, I just appreciated the the strategy of Orlando. Like it obviously wasn't going to work. They just don't have the firepower. But in this game, it kind of unraveled. But just making the Celtics go one on one, I think there's so many new like defensive schemes and teams run out different strategies than they used to, and a lot of them are effective. But sometimes that let's just make the team play one on one and see what happens can be effective. And 3 of the 5 of these games were relatively close.
Yep.
Um, and I think the Magic have the personnel to do it defensively. And just, hey, if the Celtics want to play one on one, it's probably playing into your hand.
Yeah.
A normal team. But for Orlando, doing that was effective. But again, they don't have the horses to bring it home because holding the Celtics to 24 3 attempts is like a godsend when you're playing the Celtics. The problem is, Orlando was 8 for 38. So,
yes, correct.
So there's nothing there. But I appreciated Orlando's strategy because I think it should be used a little more often of forcing teams just to play one on one. But Orlando probably gave it the best shot that they had.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Holiday is important for this team, I think, if he's going to continue to have this lingering injury. What's his injury exactly? I didn't even
Hamstring.
Okay, so if that continues to linger, I think that'll be a problem for Boston moving forward in the series, especially if you're playing like, the Knicks or the Pistons the next round, but especially when you get to, let's say, Cleveland that last round. You really need him and his defense to be peak. I think the first game, which I think they blew out the Magic, what's his name? Holiday was a big part of that, big part of that game. So they really need Holiday. And just to go to your point, how many times did the Magic score over 100 points in this series? Do you know?
Was it only with that one game?
Yeah, just one game. Yeah. On the series, they shot 26% from 3, and this percentage includes Paolo, who shot 44% from 3 in this series, and he's normally a 32% 3-point shooter. So I think like if the big takeaway, if you're the Magic going forward from this series, is you got a real problem right now is you don't got no shooting on this team. I mean, Suggs injured, I get it, but like you can't just rely on one guy to put shots up. If they would have shot like 33%, maybe even 35% from 3, which I think is like the average right now, they might still be in this series in a big way. So that was sort of a big takeaway, is that they couldn't get over 100 points. They got to 100 one time, and then I think they got over 100 another time. And it's a lot to do with their 3-point shooting. You can't shoot 26% from 3 in a series and expect to win.
Yeah, you were spot on. You got to get to 100. I mean, the Celtics, who are an incredible scoring team, outside of this last game, and 120 isn't even that crazy.
Right.
In today's game, 107 in game 4 was their second highest. Like,
yeah,
if you're any team and you can hold or 109, sorry, you can hold the Celtics to between 95 and 109 4 times, like you should probably win 2 of those games.
Right.
But again, you brought it out. And at least for a couple of these games, like Paulo and Franz combined for like between 45 and 55 of like the 80 shots. There's just nothing outside of that. They need someone else. Suggs fixes some of that, but you got to be able to score the ball.
Yeah, agreed. Movie, just so everybody knows, me and Clint are going to actually do like a YouTube series where we're going to do like a where teams should go from here. I'm really excited to actually talk about the Magic. They're one of the teams. And when we do that, we'll let you guys know when that's going to be out. But the Magic is the offseason I'm going to be, keeping a big eye on, because they had a lot of problems throughout this season with injuries, right? Paolo got injured, and then Franz, and then Suggs was injured. So I'm really interested to see healthy and what they can do to add pieces around them. Anything else on this series?
No, at least it was a good warm up for the Celtics. They got to play at least a team that was physical, competitive. It wasn't a cakewalk.
Yeah, agreed. I think because obviously we're watching the Knicks and Pistons series and seeing how physical that is. So now you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a good practice for what's coming next. You just have hopefully a little better shooting on who they play next. So speaking of who they play next, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.